Hello and good morning, my fellow Trucketeers. How the devil is everyone? So today is Tuesday, 16th of May. Today we're starting out in the yard. So it's the Tuesday after Devon Truck Show. Not Devon Truck Fest as a lot of people call it. It's not a truck fest, it's a different organisation. So it's Devon Truck Show. It's run by a local firm, or local sort of team, I should say. Is it the day 16th today? 5th, 23. There we go. Time 06:15. So yesterday we went out, done a load of fencing up to a festival that's happening in Truckin, I think. All the posh people around there didn't seem too pleased about the free trucks going through in convoy, but sod 'em. I would have filmed the convoy yesterday, but I didn't have any cameras ready or anything. Everyone still kind of wanted to go, so we went on and went and done that job in the field. And then Dom went off and done someone else, and then me and Jake, new guy, we went off to Marley's Tiles in Beanham, collected a load of tiles. He went off to Poole, and I collected a load for Red Roof. I didn't go down to Red Roof. I would have made it there just about last night, but I would have stopped a bit early from that. And got a call from the boss to drop them blocks off, drop the tiles off at Wayne's yard, and come back to the yard to collect this timber, which is 3 different sites in Cardiff. One in Penarth, one in Cardiff itself, and another one in Heath, is it? Oh. So I gotta go away. Might go away in a minute. Right, yeah, so I've got to go do them. So, yeah, because I got back, the boss was like, you can either run out the road or you can go home. I was like, sod it, I'll go home. Means I miss a bit of night out money, but means I've got to go home and see the Mercers. And yeah, all that fun stuff. Meant I didn't have to cook in the cab, which is nice. I'll just edge out a bit. Just gonna have to wait for people to go on past so I can get out. There we go. Go climb up Chiddock Hill now. Ugh. There we go. Yeah, so nice to actually go home last night and spend the night at home. Well, I would have probably got more sleep if I stayed in the truck, but I don't mind. I think this truck's got a dodgy connection on one of the Susies. He'll be alright. He'll be alright. I'll go have a wiggle around the EBS cable a bit in a bit. So we're going to crack on up to Cardiff. We're 2 hours and 44 minutes away, so we're going to head up there. And I'll tell you all about Devon Truck Show and the fun times that was. After doing that, I'm considering doing Shepton Mallet this year. Not 100% confirmed yet. I'll wait till see if anyone else from the yard's going or what, or see who I can hang out with. Like any other vloggers that might be going. But I might just go on my own anyway, whether they go or not. Obviously take a lane with me. Yeah. I'm just in truck and manual mode, knock it down to 7th. We should be able to hold 7th, but not overly heavy. It's not a full load of timber. We'll just hold this gear all the way up. Obviously, unless we start losing speed, then we'll knock it down again. There's no point knocking up a gear because I'll lose momentum and then have to knock back down again and then lose even more speed. Right, this is a steeper bit here. This is where I am likely to lose speed. Yeah, down to 6th. Get it early. If it's slightly wet here, it could be a nightmare as well to get up because you start wheel spinning, you start hopping. Oh dear. Anyway, I'm going to stop yakking. Yeah, I know. sensor needs to be done on the exhaust thingy. I'll stop yakking, and we're heading up to Cardiff. I'll see you in a few hours, I guess. Right, here we are in Cardiff. Yes, it's currently 23 minutes past 9. We're about 5 minutes away from the drop. Yes, fun times. Fun times indeed. So we got I think it's 5 packs of timber for this first one. They're sort of all on the top at the back. And then I think I've got 6 packs for the next one, and then 5 packs for the last one after that. So it's not too bad. I think. I can't remember exactly. Something like that anyway. Go down there, go get these off. Anyway, Devon Truck Show was fun. We had a bit of debacle getting in. So we were going into the normal gateway, queued for about 2 hours on the A30, like stopped. What it was, during the week while they were setting up, there was heavy rainfall. For one day it was really bad thunderstorms, and there was another heavy day a little bit later in the week, which really didn't help their situation. I mean, that's 90% of the issue. 90%, just rain. That's all it was. But like really heavy. And the thing is, the field's sort of downhill on grass, and then you got these walkways, and where the walkways are, obviously the moisture then seeps to the bottom of these hills and then just sits at the bottom where it meets up with the walkway, because there's nowhere else for the water to go, so it just saturates the ground. So unfortunately all the trucks in the bottom field just kept getting stuck, so they all had to be dragged into place with tractors and that, which was an absolute nightmare obviously for the organisers and the truck drivers, because all these trucks ended up being filthy, like covered in mud. Like, so a lot of them sunk down to their axles near enough. It was quite bad. So obviously that took time to get everyone in, so yeah, we were all left out on the road. Anyway, by the time we got to the entrance, well, to the road that leads to the entrance, they waved us on, said no more in at the moment. So we looped back towards Honiton through the estate, and then came up on the road that goes to the show, but the other way. Anyway, they were slowly letting us in that way, and then they let 3 of us in. So they let the Foden in. So we got an old Foden wrecker. It's like sentimental to the area or something. Rory sort of gave me the whole spiel on it a little while ago. I can't remember the ins and outs. So we had the Foden. They let the caravan in that was there with us, and Carl in his truck. And then the other 4 of us are out on the road. At 10 o'clock they were going to close the gate. So it was like, oh, alright, we'll stop out on the road then. Can't go anywhere because we're out of hours. Anyway, my boss Rory argued with them quite a bit, and then eventually they let the rest of us in, the last 4 of us in. I was literally the last one through the gate on Friday night, so that was quite lucky for me essentially. Then obviously the guys behind all kicked off, because I don't think they were too happy because we let him, but it's like, well, that's when time runs out, isn't it? But it all kicked off then, and then the other truck drivers moved into place and blocked all the gateways and everything. Police were called. The police tried to move the truck drivers on. There was about 60 odd trucks parked out on the road, and pretty much all of them out of hours. You know, these guys had done a 4 days work and then driven to the show, and then just been sort of left out without anything to do really. It was like, well, out of hours, so we're gonna have to stop here. The police said you have to move on, put it on out of scope. So the driver's like, yeah, we'll do that as long as you sign our printouts. And the cop's like, no, we're not gonna do that. So all the trucks stayed out on the old A30 for that night. So yeah, not on the actual A30 dual carriageway, on the old A30 that runs parallel with it to the showground. So yeah, that went really not great. But then we got on the actual showground. There was a stuck truck, so we couldn't get down to where they were putting all the trucks, which actually worked out well for us. So we backed up where we were, and ended up stopping for the night on one of the walkways, or the hard walkways, and we stayed there for the night. No one moved us on, so we stayed there for the weekend. So we were on hard ground all weekend, so that worked out well for us. Oh, Chris, there's another truck up here. So this could be fun. I'll have to pull in and then just move over, I think. Hope for the best. This could be tricky to get past each other. Do we have to unload on the road here? Because this could be a nightmare. I might just have to move over here for a minute. Watch out for this car. So I can go up past him, then he can come down, I think. But at the moment I'm blocking the car park. I can get the trailer over a bit to let cars through. Yeah, so that was sort of leading up to the actual start of the show. That was Friday night, so yeah, not the best, but it wasn't really the organiser's fault, but yeah. Anyway, I'll get on to more of that in a bit. I'm going to pull up here and I'm going to see where they want me for now. The car should be able to squeeze past me here now. Alright, I'll see you in a bit. Alright, so here we are. Here's all our timber we got on. There you go. So, that pack up there's for here. There's 4 packs on the other side. And then this pack and this pack are for the one in the centre of Cardiff. And then there's 5 at the front, which are for those 3 and 2 on the other side for the other store. Heath, is it? Something like that anyway. So, yeah. Tiny overhang, nothing to worry about. Yeah. So, these 2 and that one are for here. These ones are for central Cardiff. Yeah, it's going to be more on that side when I unload this one, but I'm not going far and it's not a great deal of weight on one side. Probably about 2 tons more on one side than this side. Then these 2 are for the next door, so literally once I've got the next one off, so I think it'll be 2 straps for the last few packs. Anyway, let's sit tight here and ooh, train. Still got a shiny tank as well, which is nice. Yeah, let's sit here, get this unloaded. Off to the next one. Alright, we're all done. We've just got to get out of here now. So we've got to back up, drive forward into that bit, drive reverse into the yard, and then swing on around. Forward up here. Not ideal really, having a swing on a big old truck round in a car park to do a manoeuvre, but it is what it is. That's what you have to do, I guess. This is where these old sites are. There he is, I see him. Don't worry love, I'm not going to hit your car. I'm back in their yard a bit. I'll get the middle axle into the gateway, then I should have enough room to turn her on round. Don't get too close to the passenger side because that's where it's going to swing to. Just do it. Yeah, I could have gone back a bit more. Yeah, touch more. There we go, sorted. Cheers! Okay, all the straps creaking on the pallet, on the wood. Strain. I don't go back anymore, you're right there. Sorted. That's that one done. Off to the next one. So many minutes away. Yes. Anyway, went to Devon Truck Show. By the time we drove around and parked up for the night on the Friday night, it was probably about 11:30 by the time we started setting up, like getting the caravan sorted for everyone. Oh, gone up on the card, never mind. And then by the time we went actually down to get something to eat, by the time we were all settled and that, it was about midnight. And the thing is, they were still moving, trying to get trucks in the spot, like gone 1 o'clock in the morning with tractors and that. I think one tractor guys went on break for a bit, which is fair enough. You know, he's been doing it all day, he deserves a break. Yeah, they were still moving trucks around at gone 1 o'clock. We went to bed before then, me and Elaine. So yeah, she enjoyed sleeping on the top bunk. Yeah, at that point when I was getting food and that, I saw I did see Marlon from In the Doghouse podcast, if any of you have ever listened to that. So I did see him. I didn't go bother him though, because I think he was a little bit drunk and he was getting food and that, so I left him to it. I thought, I might bump into him on a Saturday. I didn't see him again after that. But yeah. So yeah, go check out in the Doghouse podcast. I'm gonna do a few shout outs to other videographers and whatever, other vloggers. Yeah, so I went and got food, and then wandered back to the truck and slept for the night. Yeah, that was good fun. And then Saturday rolled round. Anyway, I'm going to leave this bit here. I will see you at the next customer, and I'll tell you a little bit more about the truck show. So that might as well carry on. I'm not far from the next customer. If I realised I would have just left the cameras rolling. Anywho, I could have been in either lane really. Doesn't really matter. Thought I needed to get over. Yeah, so Saturday came round. We got up, had some breakfast and whatever. Gave the truck a good old wipe down, so it was nice and shiny. Put me flags up. So I had a flag for DPRC, which is something to do with the Doghouse. It's the Democratic People's Republic of Cheddar. It's a movement that's happening. It's good fun. It's all in the name of good fun. And I also flew a Dorset flag on my truck as well, because why not? Because we are from, as the company, we are from Dorset. I'm not, I'm from Hampshire, but don't tell no one. Should have got a Hampshire flag as well. Yeah, so met a couple of people, sort of, they come up, said hello, and had a picture of a young lad. So I'm terrible, I didn't catch anyone's name of my subscribers that came up to me. Absolutely useless of me, I know, I'm sorry. I'm like the worst person for introducing anyone and myself. I'm useless at it, I really am. I'll be somewhere for like an hour or so, and then I'll be like, I don't even know any of these people's names. I don't know. But I think because a lot of you already know who I am, for some reason, I just don't think to ask. I just talk, you know, you just ask me questions and I just answer. I don't think to ask names. I don't know why. It's just part of me being useless. Anyway, after I finished wiping the truck down, Nat and Rory set up the flag on the Foden because he flew a DAF flag off of that. Truckin with James walked by, so I went and said hello to him, shook his hand, had a little natter with him. So if you haven't already, his channel's bigger than mine, go check out Truckin with James. He works for PSB Scaffolding, who I've actually done a couple of deliveries to before. So yeah, he was there, so I had to speak with him, so that was nice. Very good. Yeah. Wasn't too bad at all. Nice lad. Had his little boy with him as well. I think he had a whale of a time. I think he got a bit heat stroke by the end of the day. But if you see at the end of his truck show video, you see my truck just at the start of the clip. And he forgot to mention me. He mentioned everyone else he bumped into, but he forgot to mention me. Naughty boy. I'll have words with you next time I see you. He said he's going to mention me in the next video he does, but we'll see. I'm not fussed. I don't really care, to be honest. Yeah, then we had a wander around the show, got some food and that, and then the word was, the thing about everyone getting in that was all sort of left, a lot of people were left in the dark, so it was unsure whether the other trucks outside that got left outside on the Friday night were actually going to get into the show. But it turns out they did actually let them into the show after a while. I don't think anyone got turned away. So yeah, that was all good, because a couple of my friends from Lenham's, they came down and was at the show, but they didn't get anywhere near the showground, so they went and parked in a lay-by down the A30, and they were just left in the dark whether they could actually get into the show the following day or not, because as far as they put up on their post on Facebook, no other trucks were getting into the showground at all. But when we got up on Saturday morning, we could see them letting trucks in, which is all good. Put the lights on. Yeah, so that was that. So yeah, the road legends that came, which was Scott and Luke, came in their cars, Kev and Jay came in their trucks. Yeah, they let Luke and Scott in, because obviously they're in the cars with tents, so they let them into camping to set up their tents for the night. So that was good of them. Jay and Kev had to stay out on the A30 for the night and then got let in the morning. Anyway, yeah, so we had a wander around. We spent a lot of our time with the road legends as usual. Spent a lot of time with Jay, Kev, Luke and Scott. So obviously you all know who they are. Go follow them if you don't. We have a good laugh, we all get on well. We've all got a group chat we speak on WhatsApp for most days anyway, so we all know each other pretty well. Yeah, so that was good fun hanging out with them for most of the day. Obviously met a few of you while I was hanging out with them. And then, who else did we bump into? So I was wandering around down by where the monster trucks were, and I saw this really, really tall guy. thought, blimey, he's tall. And I saw a short blonde girl next to him, and I was like, oh, I recognise him. So I went and run up to him and was like, hi. And it was Tom from Except for Access and Chloe, Skip Chick Southwest. And then later on also met up with Nessa Mother Trucker. Yeah. So, if you don't know, all three of them do a podcast together as well, along with David, who lives in America. Oh, he's an Irishman. He's a legal Irishman. Living in America. So, so 3/4 of Just Another Truckin' podcast was there, so I had a chat with them, shook their hands. Tom actually came round when we were setting up the gazebo as well and gave me a hand with that, which is good. He just sort of held it from the top and just, you know. Yeah, he's really, really tall. I know he was tall, but I got a mate that's 6'7" and he's tall. And then I saw Tom and thought, Christ, he's even taller. 6'10", I think. Mad. Yeah, you can definitely spot him in a crowd. Yeah. So go follow all them. Tom Except for Access, Chloe, Skip Chick Southwest, Nessa, Mother Trucker. Or check out their podcast, Just Another Truckin' Podcast, which has also got a YouTube channel as well. Yeah. Anyway, I'm just about to arrive at the customer, so I'll leave that for there for now. Here we are. Not too far. I think the next place is a little bit further away, but not too far. Not too far. Let's have a look. They're down there somewhere. There's a Sunbelt Rentals. I don't want that one. Ah, there they are, directly ahead. Hope there's enough room for me to pull up there and then go see someone. So I assume this is going to be a do not enter site until you've seen someone. So we'll wait here for a minute. Maybe. Is it one way? Exit. Right, I'm going to stop here for a minute. I'm going to go see someone. Yeah. All delivery drivers must report to a member of the team before entering. Yep, that's fine. Right, so I'm going to sit here for a minute. I'm going to go and see someone. I will see you in a minute. And then we'll talk more about Devon Truck Show. Alright, that's it. We're done at the second one now. Done. Ideal. That's what we like. So we're going to go head off to the next one now, which is a bit further north, and then we got a collection somewhere else in Cardiff. So we're doing like a mini tour of Cardiff today. Anyway, what else happened at the truck show? So Saturday, we yes, I know. Truck don't like this trailer. I think it's got a sensor gone of some sort. It's a bit tight to get out of there. I'll be brushing the curb, I think. The van's going to come flying around. Yeah, so we met whoever I said in the last bit. Tom, Nessa, and Chloe. It's fine. Oh, yeah, curbs. Then done what we had to do. Hung out with the other guys at Cains for a bit longer. Had some food. This, that, and the other. Elaine loved the fact that we had a microwave. You know, because we've been camping with a car show for years. You know, and it's always a case of either buying crap or get disposable barbecues or all that stuff. But no, it's like microwave, bang, got a fridge, lovely. It was a little bit cramped in here with all the stuff we took, but it's just over preparing, isn't it? So you knew it was going to be rubbish, so we took spare clothes just in case we got muddy or whatever, but it wasn't too bad. Yeah, so Saturday night came and the Wurzels were on, so we went and attempted to listen to the Wurzels, but the tent was quite narrow but long, so there was a lot of people in there, and literally all we could hear was talking and a little bit of music in the background. It was not ideal. And then we stood outside because it was quite warm in the tent because of all the bodies in the sun. So we went outside, and then when the monster truck started up the move, then we just couldn't hear the Wurzels at all. So we had a little bit of them, but I'd like to go see them properly somewhere a bit more less social, you know, see them at an actual concert of theirs rather than that's something like a truck show, because people are gonna yak, ain't they? And then we went and met up with the Road Legends again, hung out with them for a bit longer. And then we went down to go clubbing because Dave Pearce was on. So we went down there and threw some shapes, as we do. And then we bumped into, was it Pete White from Ray White's Transport? You know, the Facebook group. Yeah, I very much doubt he remembers seeing me. He was very much in a state of disrepair. He's had a few too many sherbets at this point, I think. So we hung out. You know, he was chatting to Kev for a bit, and we were just doing our own thing. You know, doing the old big fish, little fish cardboard box and all that. You know, as you do. Me and Lane probably chipped off about 11:30 to go to bed. We're getting old, you know. So had another sleep. Woke up about 7 o'clock Sunday morning, and yeah, just chilled out Sunday. Had a little wander around. I think at that point, Devon Truck Show decided that it was only prepaid parking that was allowed to park on the showgrounds, because the day before they had a lot of issues with parking. There wasn't enough parking spaces for all the cars, so they had to turn people away. But in fairness, they did say there is a shuttle bus system out of Honiton. Please use that if you haven't prepaid your parking, but people are still parked in the showgrounds. I can understand for people to say wouldn't, that's fine, but yeah, so they had to turn away a lot of people that were trying to park that weren't prepaid. It's unfortunate. It sort of didn't really go well for the organisers, really, but yeah, it is what it is. Anyway, later on in the day, as I was me and Elaine were hanging out with, now at this point, Luke and Scott had gone home. That's just fair enough, because they were in their car, so they just went on early. Little kid there looking at cars and trucks and whatever. Yeah, so it's just Kev and Jay there. They still stayed there today, and they were still there after we went. So we went and hung out with Kev and Jay. Jay had his brother there as well. So hanging out with them, and then Jem Warren wandered over. So we had a little natter with Jem Warren. She's done a little piece to camera with us all. So it was nice to meet you, Gemma, at last. I pass her all the time on either the A35 or the M5, all the time. In fact, I passed her yesterday as I was heading to her yard. So yeah, one of our trailers was in her yard yesterday, which was a trailer I had. So yeah, it was finally nice to actually speak to her for a little bit. Yeah, so go check out Jem Warren. She's obviously big on Instagram and Facebook and that, but she's also turned to YouTube now, so she's doing YouTube videos. And of course, she's also got more subscribers than me. I think everyone I've spoken about has got more subscribers than me. Actually, nearly. Not quite. Oh dear. But no, it was nice to chat to her as well. And I think that's everyone. I think that's everyone I met that's sort of on some sort of social media level, I guess. Yeah. Now, obviously with the things that went wrong with the show, a lot of it is just unfortunate, and you know, these guys are probably tired and fed up. I don't blame them. But some people have been sending death threats, because we actually bumped into the organiser of the show when we were talking to Pete White, and yeah, he seemed a bit sheepish in that, and yeah, which isn't good really. I mean, apparently he's been having people sending him death threats because of this. I mean, really, how sad is that? No need for it, you know, it's completely out of his hands. You know, you can't control the weather. Yes, he could have got more mats in to cope with the soggy ground, but maybe there wasn't any more available, you don't know. You know, there's all sorts of things like that. But then even with mats, you're not going to be able to put enough mats down to cover the whole ground. You're still going to have to push trucks onto the dirt, and they're still going to sink, and then you've got to try and get them up onto the mat. So it's ifs, buts, and monkey nuts, really, isn't it? Damned if you do, damned if you don't. So, I mean, could have cancelled the show, but then everyone would have been upset that he cancelled the show. At that point, because of the weather and that, he was just at a loss. I think what they need to do is try and find a showground nearby that's maybe a little bit more suitable for trucks. Wouldn't be too bad for a car show, because cars ain't too heavy. But putting 8.5 ton of unit on grass, just going to sink in it. Yeah, but it is what it is. It happened. We had a show. Us that were there did enjoy it, so it turned out to be a very nice weekend. But yeah, I don't condone anyone sending anyone death threats for over something like that. It's pathetic, it really is. It is what it is at the end of the day. No need for that. So hopefully next year, maybe lessons learned, maybe something else could be sorted, or this, that and the other. So we will see what happens next year. If the show goes on, what else can be done to improve or whatever with it. So we'll see what happens with that. But yeah, it was very enjoyable. Anyway, I have rambled on long enough in this section. This video is going to be really, really long if I keep doing this, so I'm going to head on to my next drop. I'm going to get this off. So I'll see you in a few minutes. I'll see you in a bit. Right, here we are. About, what, 18 minutes later? So if you just move over a bit, no one has to stop then. There we go. Yeah, so we're nearly at the next customer now. And then we'll go off and do our collection, which is somewhere else in Cardiff. So yeah, we'll go up and do this one. Shouldn't take too long. It's only, what, 3 lifts essentially, I think. It says it's 5 packs, but a lot of the packs are like 2, so you got 2 packs that are generally banded together, so really. Last one was like 6 packs, but it's like 3 lifts, because it's 3 lots of 2 packs banded together, yeah. Just to make it confusing. Nah, it's easy enough. They write a name on each individual pack anyway, so it's easy enough to follow. Ooh, squeeze around the outside. Everyone's sort of got a bit ski whiff as they've like, I need this lane at the last second. There's the 18-ton limit. There was a sign back there saying about an 18-ton limit, but I couldn't. It's a bit difficult on a sign. It doesn't say exactly where it is. There's a weak bridge ahead, 300 yards, so I definitely can't go out that way, so that's fine. That's like a strict weight limit, that one, so yeah, can't go that way. Well done, people. Just block that van from being able to go anywhere. There we go. I was way forward of the line, so I'm still going to go. Oh, I've been here before. There's a place I delivered a load of stuff for when I was at Lenham's. I think it might have been this one. Yeah, it was in there, but I think it was called something else. I don't know. I don't know. It's ages ago since I've been there. Anyway, we're going up here apparently. Oh, so it's got to cross. There it is, right there. Oh, there's a maritime truck there. I'm going to gather that he wants to go in there as well. Let's see what happens here then. Oh. So, move on over behind this Polo and then he can squeeze past me then. Maritime, the slowest trucks on the road. I was going to get into that at one point. All their trucks seem to do 51 for some reason, and I'm thinking my truck can do 50, 56, so I can go 5 miles an hour faster than them. So essentially, because of that, I can do like an extra, like, couple hundred miles a week, I guess. You know, that could potentially be another drop. Alright, I don't know where I've got to go for deliveries. Must report to you before entering. So I'm going to move over as far as I can. All these cars sort of. So that guy go, then we'll let them go, and then I'll move over to the curb a bit better. Right. Anyway, I'm going to leave it here for a bit. I will see you when I'm arriving to the collection point. I'll see you in a bit. Anyway, we're coming up in Cardiff docks now. We're going to see if we can get in there, try and find this customer. I ain't got a clue where it is in there. It shed something with something. It's on my phone, so I'll stop at the gate and talk to the mate and see if I can figure out exactly where it is. Because I don't have a clue. Shed something down this way, something. That's about as much as I've got. I guess. I'm going to say it's metalwork, steel maybe, but we'll see. Don't even know where it's going either. Alright. Cardiff Bay? Is it this one we want? Maybe? I don't know. It says docks this way, so I'm going to guess this way. I don't know. Going on that way then. Fun times. So yeah, this is going to pretty much conclude our little tour of Cardiff today. I've pretty much been up and down and round and through and up and down around it. So yeah. Seen more of Cardiff today than I have done for a long time, really, to be fair. Right. Oh, is this like a lift bridge or something? Or a swing bridge? Ah. Interesting. Alright. There's docks, I guess. I don't know. Let's speak to this guy. There's a guy at the gatehouse here, so let's speak to him. Let's wait here a minute. Hello. I ain't got a clue where I'm going. Hold on. Jeff Dennett?
Straight down.
Straight down, yeah.
The end of the brick shed buildings, they're on your left.
On the left.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Just past them, turn left.
Okay, thank you. Ah. There's a shed there with an F on it. It says I need shed F, or F shed. I don't know. I guess. Is that it? I might carry on past it. I'm pretty sure she said at the end and on the left. Hold on. 4C, 4D. I need 4I, I think it was. 4H, so it must be the next one. Oh, is this it? Delivery's pretty wait here. Maybe? Question mark? Is this the one I want? I don't know. Ah, yeah, it is. It's on the sign there. Stop. Do not enter yard. Pull over into the lay-by off-road. Sign in. Health and safety. Right, okay. So there's a lay-by off the road. Pull out a minute. There's no one behind me. Guessing he's just pulling over here then. Righto. Right, I found it. That wasn't too difficult. So it looks like we're doing a load of fence posts, so we'll go in, get loaded with them, and I'll see you in a bit. Woo! Right. So what I normally do with these things is, because I've got a low headboard, 2 straps over the front to hopefully stop anything moving forwards. Though these things still sometimes slide out the centre of the packs, but you do what you got to do. And because they're pointed and that, usually they butt up next to each other quite nice, and they lock themselves in somewhat. So if you know what I mean. So that's sort of alright. So 1 strap over all the ones in the centre, just to stop them coming off sideways, and then again 2 on the rear pack, just to hopefully stop anything sliding out this way. So yeah, I mean, if they were any longer than this, I'll probably put 2 on each pack, but because they're only short ones, 1 I'll probably do. I'll probably do exactly the same on a curtain sider, except I'd only put 1 over the front rather than 2. So yeah, but that should do. I'll go about an hour down the road, and then I'll jump out, retension them, and then crack on to Winkley. I think that's where it's going. Yeah, so we're gonna head on there. See you in a bit. Right, so we are all strapped up, ready to go. We're heading to Winkley, which is down in Devon somewhere. Yep, I know you're not liking this trailer truck. It's fine, it's fine. No trouble. So we are 3 hours and 5 minutes away from the customer. We're due there at 4:25. So there is a chance that we could potentially get it off today. I don't know what time the customer closes. In fact, I'm going to stop here for a minute and have a look. So, have a quick nosy. It's usually on Google Maps it will say like whatever time they shut, which a lot of the time is just the office time. Sometimes the yard staff are still there. Yeah, it's like a bit of a horrible place to get to though. Sort of sitting in Oakhampton somewhere. Are you actually going to give me a location? There maybe? Ah, there we go. That's the one right there. Closes at 5. Ideal. Right, we are going to hammer on down there and get this off today. We've got plenty of driving time to get there. We've cleared our driving time waiting to get in here, because we've sat waiting for the best part of an hour. Or near enough anyway. So, come over here. We're going to sneak on through this gap here. Get on out. Alright, just mosey on down to Devon and hopefully go get this off today. It'd be nice to get this off. And it'd be a case of finding somewhere to park up for the night, because I won't be able to do much else after that, because nowhere else will be open for me to unload, I guess. We'll see. I'll head there anyway. I might even be able to stay there if they don't unload me tonight. Alright, I can't see anything coming, so I'm going to have to... Yeah, there we go. Now I can see. Edge out until I can see out my blind spot mirror. Right. Just leave Wales, back to England, head to Devon, hopefully get this off, fingers crossed. We're due there. Realistically, we're going to be there about 4:30. See you in a bit. Right, I've done these up pretty damn tight. I've driven for an hour now. See how loose they've come. Now, at most I could probably get like 1 extra click on these when I left, but now look how loose they are after an hour. Three clicks on that one. Three on that one. Five on that one. Three. Oh, not too bad too. So yeah, as you can see, timber generally settles quite a bit and you've got to retighten it, but especially these fence posts, really bad for it. So they should be right now, but if I see the straps start to flap around again, then I'll stop again and retension them, but they should be right now till I get to the customer. Right, we're coming up to Winkley. We are on the A3124, is that? I think that's what I can see on the tom. Yes, it's a very windy Devon road, this one. So you've got to be relatively careful along here. So yeah, we're sort of tootling along at about 40. Having to slow down a few times for... This bit ain't too bad, this bit's a bit wider, but the first bit that will come up is quite a bit more narrow. So... obviously hills. Lots of hills. Oh, excuse me. So we're going to go up to the customer and see if they will tip us tonight, hopefully. Question mark. Fingers crossed. We're due to arrive there at 9 minutes to 5, and on Google Maps it says they close at 5, so I'm not holding out much hope. But I'm hoping that if they can't unload me, that I can stay on, in, or around their premises somewhere, so I don't have to go too far in the morning. Yes. I mean, it'll be beneficial for me to start earlier tomorrow, so if I can get it off, it'll be great, because I've got a dentist appointment on Friday, so I've got to be back in the yard by 11 for a 1 o'clock appointment, so I can get home, get showered, sort my stuff out, and then get to the dentist in due time. Brush my teeth before I go as well, you know, as you do when you go to the dentist. Obviously I'll brush them in the morning, but then brush them before I go as well. Just make me look like a good boy, so I don't get told off. So yeah. Yes. It's a bit chilly in there. Well, the aircon works well. Right, got this way. Anyone coming? Nope, good. Oh. Slowed down a bit too much. There we go. And we're going again. Cool. Some monstrous hills out here. I'm not particularly heavy. I mean, I've got a good bit of weight on, but I wouldn't say it's too bad. Well, I got 28 packs of them on, I think. What was it? I can't remember. So yeah, 28 packs. But they're not a ton a pack. They're under a ton a pack, I think. So, yeah. But yeah, still a struggle. Okay, the straps aren't sort of flapping around too much, so I'll probably still get another click or two on each one of them now. I've gone around a little bit more, but yeah. Right in there, and that's in there. There's a lay-by right here, look, so if I need to, I can stop here for the night. Oh, I've been here before. Nah, we'll see what happens. We'll see if anyone can tip us. If not, I'll see if I can stop in here for the night. Stop here? Right. All HGV deliveries that way. Well, we can only hope, can't we? Right, so that's us done for the day. Big old straw truck there, coming in here. Little boy's in the window there, who's looking out at me, bless him. Oop. Through the window up for the dust. Don't want to get too much dust in here if we can help it. There we go. Yep, so we didn't quite make the cut off to get tips. The forklift guy's literally got to leave, like, he says he's got to leave like 5 minutes early because he's got to be in such and such at 5 o'clock, so he doesn't have time to tip me, and the other guy's not here, so fortunately I've got to wait till the morning, 7 o'clock in the morning. So I just pulled out of their yard round the corner and they said I can park here for the night, so not an issue, and then they'll deal with me at 7 o'clock in the morning. So yeah, ideal. Never mind. Kind of didn't want to make it anyway because it means I can just have an early night. Got a good signal here as well, funny enough, in the middle of nowhere, and we got good signal, so I'll take that as a win. Anyway, my battery's about to die in this camera, so I'll see you tomorrow. Christ, I've got like 14 hours off. Lovely. Right, here we are, following morning. Stuff's coming off, so yeah. I didn't unstrap it outside because I ain't moving with this stuff with it being unstrapped. So, I mean, I was still on the ground, so I could have, but this stuff moves too much. If I had regular timber, then yeah, I would have unstrapped it last night and just driven in with no straps on. But yeah, I literally stopped just round the corner. I'll show you on the way out anyway. So, where I stopped for the night. Nice and peaceful, very peaceful, very nice. So, yeah. So I got started at 6:30 because I wanted to get towards the gate before anyone else pulled in. Good thing I did because he pulled in literally right behind me as I pulled around the corner. I pulled in at like 10 to 7 behind the gate, so yeah. So yeah, just wait here, get this off, and then we're going to head to Clark's to go take some parsnips down somewhere else. Sometimes. I'll see you in a bit. Of course, bright this morning. Right, we are tipped. Are they going to move that truck or what? Gonna need that truck moved. Oh. Nah. Come on out. Alright.
Apart from the fact he's on a break at the moment.
Ah.
He's got 2 minutes. You can either wait for 2 minutes.
I'll wait for 2 minutes, don't bother me.
Swing and then go out that gate there. I'll open it up.
Yeah.
It's entirely up to you.
I can get out that way if you want. I can go that way if you want. Yeah, no worries. Might be a bit tight to get around there, but might have to reposition and do it. We'll give it a shot. Trailer right over this way, it'll give me half a chance of getting out. Alright, normally you go around that way, but that guy's on break, so we can't move him. Cheers, buddy. My headboard. Yeah, we're all good. Yeah, so our driver's put on brake there. He said I could wait for 2 minutes or go out that way. I said, oh, so I'll try and go out that way. So just have to reposition and go out that way. So not an issue. Usually it's a one-way yard, but obviously want to get me out the way so they can start unloading the other trucks. But I wouldn't mind them waiting 2 minutes. Yeah, because normally you go around the back of the yard and come out. Which is, to be honest, quite tight going that way. It's probably easier going this way than it's going the other way. But obviously they have all the cars parked there, so they don't want trucks to constantly go in and out. But Still quite early, so not many people are there. Anyway, it's 8:30, so we've been here 2 hours this morning. I stopped literally just there last night on their drivey thing next to that building, so lovely and peaceful. Yeah, don't go staying there unless you're actually delivering to someone here. But there is a lay-by right out the front here anyway. Right, we're going to go off to Clumpton-ish way now. I'll see you when I'm loaded, so I'll see you in a bit. Righto, we are finally loaded. Now we got here, what, 10 o'clock? 10 o'clock, yeah. I'll get here and they tell me the Swedes are not going to be ready till like nearly 1 o'clock, so it is like 3 minutes to 1 o'clock now and we're loaded. And my boss haven't said, and he said, yeah, just leave the trailer there, go down to services, get yourself something to eat, whatever, do what you got to do. I was like, okay, so I unhitched, left the trailer here, buggered off down to Clumpton services for an hour, came back here at about 11:30 and sat around until they got me loaded. They had like what was it, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, they had like 20 boxes ready, so I had to just wait for the last 22 boxes ready. I just had to wait for the last 6 to be done, which took a little while. But yep, we're fully loaded now. 28 boxes of Swedes, heading down to the other side of Cornwall. Not Cornwall, Plymouth. Can't remember what the place is called now. I can't remember. You'll see where I'm going anyway. It's a farm and a place for the things and the stuff. Goes to a place, it gets processed, and then it gets moved on further to a popular pasty brand. So yeah, I'm not gonna say much more on that. So I don't know if they'll want everyone to know where their produce comes from. Maybe, I don't know. But it was all locally grown and sourced, so there is that. There we go. Title corner to get around that one. So I'll leave it here for a minute, and I'll see you when I'm near the delivery point, which is about an hour and 45 minutes away. Woo! Okay, here we are down in Tor Point, or near Tor Point, pretty much Tor Point. So if you look on the maps at Plymouth, if you look to the west of Plymouth, there's a gap of water, and then there's a little place there. That's where I am roughly. Oh dear. So we've successfully made it down here, and now we just got to get through that bloody tight gateway. Like, you got to go right on the other side of the road and onto the dirt a little bit to then be able to swing in and sort of almost go past it, sort of come in on yourself. It's a tight old gateway to get into. And then you got to watch your headboard on the, because it's a stone wall gateway. Could do have been a little bit wider. So you got to watch your headboard coming through, and then try and drag your trailer through at an angle to get it in. But done it several times, it's not too bad. In the wet it could be a nightmare, because you just wheel spin sometimes and it's an absolute pain to get in there. Sometimes it's worth putting the air in your drive axle to give you a little bit extra traction getting in there. In fact, it's worth doing that in the dry as well. I think it's in the wet, you almost want to get a bit of a run up, but the thing is, because your headboard's swinging towards it, you got to be so damn careful. Not surprised me, it's been taken out a few times before and they just keep rebuilding it up. I think if it ever gets knocked down, it's just make it wider. Almost there anyway. And then what we got to do after this, come out of here and back to the yard, trailer swap off to Nantwich. So yeah, fun times. Off to Nantwich for a 7 o'clock tip, I think it was. So we'll get up quite far tonight, and then I'd like to get as far as Stransham. I don't know how far I will get. I've got 3 hours and 22 minutes driving at the moment today, and it's currently about 2:45. And I've got to get back to the yard yet, and then yeah, trailer swap and head up as far as I can. Obviously I started at 6:30, so I come out until 9:30. I don't really want to be running that late, because trying to find somewhere to stop could be a right pain at that time. But we'll see what happens. Make sure no one's coming out of it. No, we're good. Alright, here we are, down here on the left. Put the engine brake on now. Just hold us back a bit. This is there. We'll get right over. Almost past it, gonna turn in. Watch the headboard. bad. Ugh. Now through into the unloading area. Now usually we'll take empty boxes back up from here, but we're not doing that because we're going straight back to the yard today, so it's just a case of getting these off and then running back empty. So yeah, I'll see you. I'll probably see you when I'm back at the yard, to be fair. When I'm leaving the yard. So I'll see you in a bit. There's a tipper trailer in there, lovely. See you in a bit. Here we are, just heading back into the yard. Yeah, so when we was at that farm, well, that big trailer was, we moved over, pulled up with the trailer on our right side, they unloaded the left side. I then carefully shimmied sort of back and forward about 3 or 4 times to move over, and then they unloaded the other side. Obviously I had to go careful because I had all the weight on one side, but managed to get it all off. Then I had to, he moved the little trailer from around the corner out the way so I could blindside round and then get out, and then it's no problem getting out of that gateway. It's nice and easy. It's just getting in that's a pain. So yeah, now we headed back to the yard. Got to do a trailer swap, and this trailer's going to Nantwich. Now we've made the decision, me and my boss, for me to stay in the yard for the night and leave early in the morning, because it's going to be very, very close for me to get there for 7 o'clock in the morning. It's about 4 hours and 15 minutes from here, so I can do it in one go. So if I leave at 3 o'clock in the morning, well, 3:15 by the time I've done my checks, I'm probably going to get there about 7:30, which is already going to be late. If I leave now, I need a half-hour break because I've only got 31 minutes driving remaining. So if I get in the yard now, I'm going to have to stop for half hour before I can drive any further up the road. That'll only lead me till 9:30 if I stop as late as possible, or say 9, half 9. So 3 hours from the yard is about Gloucester, Strensham sort of area, somewhere around there. Somewhere between Woodall, not Woodall, Michaelswood services, Gloucester services, and Strensham. And obviously it's a case of trying to find a space there at gone 9 o'clock, which any of them might be a bit of a stretch. Doing so, that would probably leave me to start at what? We'll say at best case get to Strensham at 9:30, which means I can start at 6:30. I'm not going to get to Nantwich from Strensham in half an hour. By the time I've done my checks, 15 minutes. I don't know how far, I can't remember how far away it is from there. It's at least an hour and a half, 2 hours from there. So yeah, I'll be quite far behind. I still have to get fuel as well, so I'm going to have to chuck some fuel in at some point tomorrow. I could potentially get there with what I got, but I'm going to be getting there on fumes, I think, because it's about 160 miles away, I think. 221 according to the sat nav. So about 200 miles away. So yeah. So decided to stay in the yard for the night. I'm due in the yard in 2 minutes by the time I've stopped and done the trailer swap, because I've got to do a quick trailer swap. So I should be able to start 3 o'clock, bang on, 10-minute check, get on, get up the road in one go. As long as there's no road closures or accidents, we should be alright. We should get there as close to 7 as possible, so yeah. It is what it is, and that's what we're going to have to do. So I'm going to put in the yard, and I'm going to swap trailers quickly, and then I'm going to race home in the car, have a shower, race back, stay in the truck for the night, have something to eat in the truck. Yes. Right, let me go, good man. Bin's out, so I've got to go a bit wider it. There we go. Oh, there's Spud, the operations manager, just having a chill out in the sun there. Good dog. So yeah, I'm just going to go park this trailer up, hitch up to that one there, and that's me for the night. Oh, a bit packed in there. Got to get me Truckin next to Dom's, I think. 105. Spin around, trucker in a hole. Turn the reverse beeper off. We don't need reverse beeper in our yard. It's a farm. You use common sense on a farm rather than health and safety stuff. no trouble. Right. There's much room to get in and out of there. That should be alright. Right. I'm gonna leave the video there then. Just take it easy, look after yourselves, drive safely, and I guess I'll see you in the next one. Goodbyes.